This presentation will show you the ease with which CICS Web Applications can be built, managed, deployed and served using our new software, CICS Content Delivery Server. CICS Content Delivery Server is the culmination of several years of research and development by our company. We firmly believe it can be a powerful tool for businesses built and relying on IBM's System Z running CICS under ZOS. Please watch the following screen captures that show the software in use to understand its features and learn how it could be of use to your business to help solve your application integration challenges. We hope you find this podcast interesting and informative. Of course, it can only provide a brief overview of the capabilities of the software, and should you wish to learn more, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We would love to help you solve your business challenges using CICS Content Delivery Server. The demonstration you're about to see is based on the infrastructure as shown. So we're starting with a copy of Firefox running on a MacBook Pro. That communicates across the internet with the ZOS 2.4 system running a CICS TS 5.5 region. Next, we'll start the actual demonstration. So we'll start with the directory page. We start with the listing page, showing the region at the top of the display, some user ID information. Below that is a load of buttons which we can use, and then some further buttons with icons showing the functions. But we're going to go with the directory for function first of all to show the directory services. Again, you've got the same information about the region, the user ID, etc. at the top. We've got a drop down here that show the files, the application files can be selected from here. We're going to look at the TMP file, and we can put in a filter with the record, but we're going to hit load and that will show us all of the records on this file. At the moment there's only one called tmp/placeholder.html. And that has a piece of inactive information in it, but it is a page in its own right, so we'll click on it. There it is, a very simple HTML application. Okay, so the next thing we will do is, I think, to bring in some information to put into this. We'll use the binary upload function. There's the screen. Same information showing where we are at the top of the page. There are some form fields, and there's a button over here which is where we can drag and drop some binary data into. So here I have an image of some flowers. We're going to take that and drop it onto the page. There we go. There's a little thumbnail of it. We can see the name of the file that's been uploaded and its size. And now we need to give it a location to save it. So we're going to again target the TMP file. We're going to put it in a folder called images. And the file name is the same, flowers.jpg. And then we'll hit the upload button. And the system tells us it has saved that. So if we go back to that application and edit it, oh, in fact, there we are in the directory. You can see the flowers have been successfully uploaded. But we want to now edit that application, the placeholder application, to activate that thing where the image is used. So we'll right click, we'll open in editor. Here's the editor. And we can see that section is disabled. We'll enable it, and hopefully if all of that is accurate, just save that. Oh, got to replace it. It's been saved. And now if we recycle that application, there is the image. So that works quite well. Now let's suggest that we don't want that image. We've decided it's a different one we want. So we can actually delete it. We'll use the bulk update facilities to do that. Again, there's a drag and drop space here. And what we need to do is to give that facility the records that we want to delete. So within the root section, we'll give it /tmp/images, and it will just bring back those records. If we hit the load button, oh, there we are. And there we are, it's loaded them up into there. Now we can select them or deselect them all using these buttons here, but we want to select them all. We've checked they are all the same records on file. We'll use the advanced function to delete the records. Confirm, delete, and delete. And indeed, they're gone. So if we refresh the directory again, we'll find that it's all gone. The only thing left is that placeholder. And if we refresh the application itself, the image is no longer available to it. So we'll now summarize what you've seen so far. We'll return to the listing page, and we have shown you a number of things already. We've shown you the directory, we've shown you these files, we've shown you the directory listing, we've shown you the editor, and you've seen the binary upload facility, and you've seen the bulk records management process that we have to delete records. So now we will show you something perhaps a little bit more interesting, some examples, some samples that we've built into the product for you to look at. We'll click the SAM button. That will bring us up the directory listing focused already on the SAM file. So you can see you can select it from that drop down as well. And we will give it a bit of a filter. So we're going to look at record starting exam SAM, and we've hit enter, and it's brought up those records that start SAM examples, and you can see there are a number of samples that we've built into the product already, and we can use this filter on the left hand side to look at the records in a little bit more summarized form. And of course you can just click on the hyperlink, the record, to show them. This one here, TSQ3, is an interesting one. It uses charts.js to show us a nice little graph. What's more, we can request that it start sampling data from CICS. So if we hit the start button, then regularly a call is made to CICS, returning JSON data which is recharted. And there it goes. Okay, we'll show you some another sample. Go back to the directory listing. We'll pick out another record from the file. Looking at what we've got, the chart3 is an interesting one. So we're picking out some rgraph JavaScript, and we're actually calling a program, passing a COM area. In this one, it's called SAMP-COM2, and there's the contents of the COM area that will be fed into the program, and then the end of the options that the rgraph needs to draw a graph with the data that's returned to it. So we'll select that. You'll see it produces a nice little 3D pie chart with information about where given CICS regions transactions have been installed. So again, a simple JSON call has provided that data. Okay, so the next example we will look at is a modern take on the IBM supplied FILEA application. So we'll see that there is an application defined. It's got 17 elements. Here's the main page, but we'll quickly look at the original FILEA application. Started under the AMNU transaction, and as you can see there are a number of 3270 transactions, including the browse one, page forward and backward through the data. So that's where it all originally came from, and that is dependent upon the data in the file called FILEA that IBM supply with CICS. There it is. And we'll quickly look at, if I can find it, the source, the program we're going to run. This is provided with our software. As you can see, it's a CICS Cobol program, and it issues some web read form fields commands where it gets information that tells it what to do, and it serves up JSON responses based on the FILEA records that it reads. So if we go and run this application now, well, first of all, let's just have a look. We've got a number of elements in here. All of these components are used by the application. You can see some images there. There was a style sheet at the top. Further down, there's some JSON, some JavaScript, but we'll just run it. And here we see that in the left-hand pane it has loaded up all the records. This file A contains 44 records. We can highlight and click on one of the records and it displays the data. And we can go and update that. We'll just change the address field. Put something really simple in there. We'll save that, and if we now look at that again, we'll see that the address has changed. So very simple. You can delete the record, you can add a record using another record as a template. As we can see, this one we've put in a bad key, and then we put in a key that doesn't exist. That should be okay now. And we can save it, and there we see further down the page, and the new record has appeared. And of course we will now delete that. Confirm the delete. There it is. You can also add a new record fresh, hitting that button at the top. You can clear the screen, you can bring up help. This help is actually provided with a JSON call, the JSON being hard-coded within CICS Content Delivery Server itself. It could be from a program. And you can clear the page.